And we're live on Facebook and live on Zoom.
Thank you, Gregory. Good morning. Good morning, Live Younger community. Hello, everybody. Thanksgiving week. Today is Monday, November 21st, 2022. My name is Michelle Niels, and I'm your host today, this morning, for our half an hour or so roundtable chat. And we get together every Monday morning and share our wonderful miracle stories. We call it the Monday Morning Miracle Call, or Ripley's Believe It or Not, LifeWave Stories, LifeWave Believe It or Not. But this is science. This is, they seem miraculous, but we have the science to back up every single thing, every story, the research, the studies, and that's what I love so much about LifeWave. We get to have miracles and science, get to have both. So in these calls, we get to share our stories as well as our questions. Any questions you may have about patches, about patch placement, and we have a treasure trove here. We have a wonderful community and a lot of wisdom. Sometimes things pop up in the chat, and sometimes some of you answer those questions. Ravel is really good at that. We love her. Thank you, Ravel. And anyone else. And sometimes I don't always see the chat because I'm paying attention to what's going on my screen and paying attention to who's speaking. But yeah, if a question comes up in the chat and one of you can bring it up, or sometimes I do have a moment to check it, I will definitely ask those questions. But we have just a couple ground rules, and we raise our hands using the reaction button at the bottom of your screen. Just use that little button, and then at the bottom of that box, you'll see raise hand, and then I can call on you. And then let's limit our share to symptoms only. So the LifeWave patches don't treat or diagnose or prevent any disease or disease condition. So if we stay away from disease names, we're in the clear. So yeah, let's get it rolling. It looks like Rhea has her hand up. So Rhea, go ahead and unmute. And what have you got to share with us this morning?
Okay. Well, it's not so much sharing. Everybody probably already knows, and I know you've mentioned this before, have talked about it. However, I have a dentist appointment coming up, and I could use some suggestions. I know X49 and the LifeWave, but I would like some ideas as how to place them and if there's more or less or what.
Gregory can't wait to share. Gregory's like a kid at Christmas. Gregory has stories. Go ahead, Gregory.
Yeah, I'd be happy to share with you, Rhea. What I have done on multiple occasions for dental procedures is, of course, IceWave on, depending on where it is, the brown patch there with the Eon on top of the brown patch.
Oh, okay.
To get the inflammation and the pain, and then the glutathione to help make sure that I'm getting all the antioxidants to, with oral surgery. If you're just having, if you're not having oral surgery, probably not necessary, but I've used glutathione instead of antibiotics with great success.
Cool.
And you could top it off with X39, if you want to. But X39 on the back of your neck, but certainly on the in the area that's been worked on, the IceWave and the Eon and the glutathione.
So with the IceWave, you put the brown on one side and the white on the other side, or you use?
That's what I would do, or the brown at where they worked, and maybe the white, could go a few inches away on the same side.
Oh, okay.
So if it's on the lower jaw, put it on the upper. If it's on the upper jaw, put it on the lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's always interesting. And I'm not I really am not looking forward to this.
Well, then probably add you said the Eon on top of the tan IceWave, but the Eon is also good to help with the stress, right? Not just the inflammation, but the whole mental game of the dentist. Who likes to sit in a dental chair and get drilled on? I don't know anybody.
You may want to start with the Eon before you go to the dentist.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes. I have a clarification, just really quick, Rhea, about the glutathione, Gregory. Did your oral surgeon prescribe antibiotics? Because I'm supposed to go in for some oral surgery.
Yeah, they always do.
And then did you say no, thank you? Or how did you deal with your doctor?
Oh, I picked him up, but I didn't use it.
Okay, okay. Okay,
I had him there in case there was any indication of infection. I had him available, but, and I learned this from Kai Jacobson. You know, that was his recommendation. So I followed my upline's recommendation.
beautiful. Is that good for you, Rhea, or did you have any
Oh,
other?
yes, that's perfect. And the other thing for inflammation I found many years ago before I found LifeWave was bentonite clay.
Mhm.
Whenever I had an inflamed tooth, I would pack it with bentonite clay 2 or 3 times a day, and it would go away.
Nice.
So anyway, that's.
I've heard of that as well. I've heard of that as well. Thank you, Rhea. Great question. I'm sure there's lots of people on this call that will appreciate that information.
I sure
Thank
do.
you. All right, Greg and Amiko, you can unmute.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you. I have a friend who has a growth on her spine that's pinching a nerve. Any suggestions for patches and placement?
Well, you know, we always start with X39. Okay.
Right.
It helps with pain as well as, you know, just bringing those stem cells to the area. A pinch, did you say a pinched nerve?
Yeah, the growth is between the vertebrae and it's pinching the nerve. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So a growth, well, you know, again, back to our wonderful trio, it's X39, Eon, and glutathione. And probably IceWave if she's in pain. And Dr. Barbara Jennings and I did an IceWave video. I don't know if you've
Right.
seen it, Miko.
Yeah,
but
I've seen that.
yeah.
So do you think stacked right on the spot?
You know, a lot of people do stacking. If anyone else has any thoughts about this, please. I'm not an expert here. So if anyone else has any thoughts about pressure on the spine and, you know, whether you stack or whether you spread, you know, what's fun about the patches is you can experiment, you know, just, you can try one way one day and one way another, stacking one day and spreading them apart another day. Does anyone else have a thought about that for Amiko?
It's a good point you raised, Michelle. As Gregory mentioned just earlier, putting the Eon on the tan patch or making triangles, as Anne Moreau discusses, with the patches you mentioned, Michelle. So playing around with it to get the most suitable option for yourself, Amiko. Good luck.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks, Ravel. All right, Amiko. Thank you for your question. All right, we have Carol Lynn. Go ahead and unmute.
I have a new computer, sorry.
You're fine.
I wrote this down because Jennifer said I needed to be quick. So thanks to Jennifer, I've been using X39, Eon, and glutathione since late July for a chronic condition of mouth sores that I had that were making me feel desperate for help. And in the 2.5 years. And in the meantime, I also was facing hand surgery for having a joint replaced in September. So she set me up with IceWave, and I am telling you, I sailed through the surgery. I wore an X39 on the back of my neck during surgery because I knew I couldn't put it anywhere else. And after being really sick from the opiates, 36 hours later, I was off opiates by wearing the IceWave, literally close to tan, close to my thumb and the white above my elbow. And in the meantime, I'm wearing these for 4 months, and I went and had a biopsy of my mouth on Friday with my periodontist because I wanted to really know what it was after 4 different doctors telling me exactly what it was, and I'm calling them mouth sores. So I get there and the periodontist couldn't find anything, and I made him get the mirror, and I said, come on, like that can't be real. And so I showed him I was wearing X39 here and here because I was expecting to go home in pain on Friday from a few little cuts. And he said, I want to know about the stem cell patches. So I've been writing him and sending him links, and He's very interested. He's talked to his colleagues. They have become, what he told me I have is just salivary glands and not what I thought was something really worse. So after 4 months of wearing them, I'm so happy. And my hand is amazing. Incredible. I mean, I'm a month ahead of PT protocol. So amazing.
Oh, Carolyn, what a beautiful share. What the patches for your mouth sores, did you put them on your cheek or down here near the gland?
Actually, sometimes I was wearing them on either cheek, like what Gregory was saying, just above my jawline here. And often I was putting them behind my ear lobes on either side, and I was wearing glutathione, Eon at night, regularly, all three of those for the last 4.5 months.
Beautiful. Wow. What a great share. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And have you visited Vibrant Living at all, Carolyn? Do you know about
I need to do that.
that's a great story to put in there.
Yes, I will do
So
that.
You will help so many more people.
Okay.
So, yeah, take
Thank
a
you.
moment if you would and put that in there. Thank you, Carolyn. All right. I think we have, is it Camay? Is that how you say it? I'm not sure how you say your name. Camay Jennings. You're muted. Okay.
Yes, it's Camay.
Camay. Hi.
Just like the soap. Hi. I wanted to ask a couple of questions and then I have a share. I've just been wondering, the patches work from different patterns of crystals, and if you stack them, how does that affect the pattern?
I love your question. I love the way you think. I don't have any idea.
I do.
Oh, Gregory, yay.
Yeah, think of it of having two laser lights next to each other, one set at one frequency, one set at another, pointed at the same spot. That spot's going to receive both frequencies.
Okay, so are they stacked like a pancake? Or are they
You can do
stacked?
that. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep.
So I sometimes offset them a little bit, like the Olympic circles or something, if I have an affected area I'm working with. But on the back of my neck right now, I'm wearing 3949 and carnosine.
All right, Gregory. Superman.
I wanted to quickly share my story. My friend Rosemary shared the patches with me this summer, and it took me 2 months to finally decide to use them. I've been in chronic pain most of my adult life, and I've had every procedure that can be done other than back surgery, and that was the next thing. They wanted to fuse my back all the way from my tailbone up to my neck. And I just, I'm very active, I'm functional, I just push through the pain. So I decided after a lot of prayer the first day I put a 39 on and my pain was gone. And until I got my patches, I only got X30, X49 in the beginning. It has consistently from a 6 down to a 1. My pain's better really than it was on pain medications, and I'm off of 9 different procedures or pain medications since September 15th. So it's totally a praise God, and I believe these patches they have done in my life, and they're doing miracles in my customers' lives and the people that I talk with. So thank you, LifeWave.
Woohoo! Are we blessed?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. That's great. And the side effects of the opioids and the pain medicines, they're no fun. So good for you, Camay. Thank you for your sharing. All right, Donald and then Ann Morrow. Okay, Donald, you're on.
Hello, thank you.
Hi.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm excited because after I raised my hand, I saw that my friend Chris is in the chat, and he joined a little bit late, so he's trying to figure out the whole hand raising thing and everything, but he just came in to LifeWave through me, and he has some trauma-based issues that there's a 4-letter acronym that I probably don't want to say, but he's had some fight or flight kind of symptoms, and he'll describe that hopefully without saying any medical terms. But I raised my hand because I wanted to tell a little learning experience that I've just had. I had been on X39 and glutathione for about 4 months, and then I heard a story, a testimony of somebody who had been using X39 and carnosine and had it reversed their sudden hearing loss, which is an issue that I have. I experienced a sudden hearing loss over 10 years ago. And so I was excited about that testimony, and I switched from using the glutathione to using the carnosine. And I had been experiencing some positive benefits in my deep metabolism that had been issues that had been a problem for many years. And but what happened was when I changed away from the glutathione to the carnosine, those symptoms came back. So I think the symptoms are kind of related to some detoxification stuff that my body wasn't quite done with the glutathione. So I'm going to be going back to the glutathione, figuring that my body isn't quite ready for doing the carnosine repair and needs the glutathione repair more. So I just thought I'd share that little learning experience, because, you know, if you play around, sometimes you get some, you know, backward progress, but it's a learning experience nonetheless. So I wanted to share that. And but basically, I'm still really excited about the patches and using them every day, and, you know, doing a little variations in placement and noticing the effects. Sometimes it's pretty subtle, but it's all good. So thank you all.
Donald, thank you. Thank you very much. It's fun to experiment, you know, and I think I don't know, Robin said it was, Dr. Nicholas said, you know, trust your intuition. So yeah, it sounded like you were not quite done detoxing. So good on you. Good call there. All right, we have Anne. Hi, good morning.
Well, I actually want to address the question that came up about, it was in the chat, and it's about a history of having some issues with abuse or whatever happened. I just want to share this story. It was one of my friends here in Maine who had similar issues from the past. And when we tried to patch him, he was telling me that he would see homeopathy people who would work with him, and he always seemed to react reverse to whatever they did. And I remember when we patched him initially with X39, we only did that patch, and he did not have a good experience. So we then looked at adding or trying him on Eon to see if the Eon would be what would work for him. He ended up being up all night long. What worked for him, I was shocked. I mean, I didn't expect that kind of result. And I remember calling Dr. Tom, and we had a conversation about it. And he said, wow, this guy's very fragile. He's got quite a history. And we ended up going with Nirvana. And the whole Nirvana system was what changed everything for him. He ended up, we saw this huge change. He called me up a couple of days later and he said, oh my God, Ann, it's like a switch went off. He said, I feel so much different. I'm actually hungry. And he said, I haven't been hungry in years. I don't usually feel hungry. And he was sleeping better. And so what we did was we kept him on Nirvana for about a month. We slowly, gradually added Eon so that we could see if he would tolerate that. And he did. And then later added the X39. So it was a process for this gentleman. So just be aware that the more of a history you have, the more fragile you are. Sometimes you just have to do it a little bit different. Everyone is different, and they all react differently.
And I had goosebumps as you showed it, just because we're in the caring and sharing business. We don't just take a patch and just put it on and then we let them go. I mean, it goes back to following up. The friendship and the fortune and the friendship are in the follow-up, right, Gregory? So in this case, you and Dr. Tom hung in there with this man and just, didn't quit. And it's just so inspiring. Can I ask, how old was this gentleman?
In his early 60s.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Nirvana, and he did the Nirvana supplement as well as the.
He did. Yes,
patch.
he did both.
And did he wear Nirvana during the day or at night? And
during the day. He wore it during the day.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, this is beautiful. I really want to remember to save this call. Like, put a star on it. Yes,
Michelle,
Gregory.
Gentleman Chris, he couldn't figure out how to raise his hand, but I think he's unmuted. He might like to comment or ask a question at this time from the chat.
Sure. Are you done, Anne?
Yes.
Well, Anne, you may stay on because
it might be about that. Okay, sure,
Correct.
Gregory. I don't see, what did you say his name is?
Chris, if you're there,
I'm
just
Chris.
speak up. There you go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Go
Yes,
ahead.
we can hear you, Chris.
All right,
Go ahead.
yeah. I don't have the camera on because I haven't done my hair this morning. So, yeah, Don told me about the X39 patches a month or so ago, and he sent some to me from Ohio out to California for me to try. And it was about 2 weeks of doing it with no known symptom changes or anything. And so I have apparently the dreaded 4 letters that we're not supposed to talk about. This is sort of like being censored on Facebook here. I don't, at 51 years old, I self-diagnosed. I figured out what I had after my whole life of knowing there was something wrong with me. And everyone in my life kept telling me it was my character. I didn't work hard enough. What I believed about myself or whatever. But in fact, there's actually just overwhelming unfinished business in my body from being raised by a war veteran that had the same 4 letters,
Okay, just one
tremendous damage.
Chris,
So the question is
really quick, just because some people may not know, it starts with a P. I don't know, Anne, is that a diagnosis, that 4-letter?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so we can't say that.
Right.
Okay,
right.
so it starts with a P, it ends with a D. All right, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
And it's not paid.
It's not paid. Right.
Yeah. So it has just ruled my life. It has completely ruled my life. And it took me a very long time to figure out what it actually was. And so for 9 years I've known, and I've done all kinds of things. But once I finally started unraveling it, it was a Pandora's box of symptoms that, literally I was unable to work for years. Just overwhelming head. I would wake up with the worst headaches. I'm much more tired than when I went to bed. And I would need tons of rest, but not a lot of sleep, which means I have to just lay around all day. And so I'm very unproductive. I'm a creative person. I'm a expert carpenter, a mountaineer. I've done all kinds of things in my life, all trying to manage this fascinating little collection of 4 letters. And I'm at a point in my life where I can clearly see advanced aging, accelerated aging in my body. Other than these 4 letters, there's nothing significantly wrong with me, but I have just tremendous fatigue and brain fog. So it's very difficult for me to learn new things.
So what's your question?
Can't be on my
Chris?
feet all day, can't be on my butt all day. How do I
Chris?
get out of this?
Yeah, Chris, so do you have a specific question?
Okay, yeah, very briefly. 2 weeks into doing the patches, one morning I woke up and felt better, like about 10% better. I was clear, I had less brain fog. And I had just started using the Aeon patch and this X39. What I'm interested in is, how do I get this brain fog, the tinnitus and the ringing and the pressure in my head to go away. What works for that?
Well, definitely you're on the right track if you're tolerating the X39 and Eon, right? But I definitely would consider adding Nirvana, and then you can deal with the other issues after. But it sounds like the mood is the most important thing for you to deal with at this point. And that's my thoughts. I don't know if anybody else has any others.
I think you're right on, Ann. That, based on what you said and the experience you had with someone else, Nirvana, I think is, and Connie Lucas says this, everybody knew how powerful Nirvana is. It'd be one of our top 3 products, So I think it gets undersold and underused. So that would be my recommendation also, Chris. Add Nirvana to your protocol and flow with that for a few weeks and see what happens.
What would I reasonably expect to experience doing that? I'm not familiar with what it does.
Nirvana is kind of does what it says. It's
Okay.
calming, has a calming effect. And we've heard many stories of parents with active children, let's say, putting Nirvana on them and them just stabilizing, doing their homework, cleaning their room, and kind of normalizing, or, not that being active is not normal, but, sometimes there's a limit, So I give Nirvana a try. I'd encourage everyone to give Nirvana a try.
Yeah. Thank
Gregory,
you.
this is Liz.
Yes,
Yes.
Liz.
And with the health challenges that I've been having, I would definitely suggest the HAT protocol, because I noticed that when I put the HAT protocol on, which that's available in the Live Younger Success resource library, within a few minutes, I get a lot clearer
Yep.
thinking, and the quote unquote brain fog kind of lifts.
I call it my thinking cap.
There you go.
So lots of good suggestions for you there, Chris. We're going to move on.
Excellent.
We
Bottom of
have
the
several
hour.
hands.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have
thanks,
several
Chris.
hands up. What do you say, Gregory? Should we
Yeah,
continue?
why don't we zip through if the folks that are, no more hands up, please, but if we could.
No
zip
more
through-
hands. Yeah, we've got 5 people that have hands up. So if you can keep it very brief, because we're at the bottom of the hour. So Carol Lynn, did you want to follow up with something? Go ahead. Oh, you're okay. There you go. You're muted, unmuted.
I have a family member who wants to know if taking a pain med twice a day interferes with any of the pain
No.
patches for the pain
it doesn't.
receptors.
No,
No, it doesn't. They
Okay.
could work very harmoniously together.
Thank
no
you.
interference. Yeah. All right, Ravel. And then
Hi,
Sunshine.
good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
really excited about the discounts this week, so we can take advantage of the, what I can mention, the Alavita skincare trio, which a facialist said could not believe the quality of my skin, and that was just on the patch alone. I can imagine what she'd say now. And also the discounts on our wonderful pain patch Ice Wave. Just wanted to mention that. Thanks.
Thanks, Ravel. All right, Sunshower Rose.
Hi, hopefully you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Sometimes you guys can't. There's a lady on the call, Abby McGee, who says, I don't have a mic and can't raise my hand. Maybe that means she's on a phone, but I don't know if maybe somebody could unmute her. Okay, it
No.
says, would someone be so kind as to ask what to wear when having eye surgery and where to put the patches?
Eye surgery. Well, X39 for any surgical procedure, obviously. And if she has an eye mask, like the people can wear at night, she might put the X39 or carnosine. Because carnosine has been shown to be very helpful for the eyes.
I have a suggestion
yes.
as well.
Yes.
That I'm using it with my mom. Dr. Karen Kahn recommended it. Ice Wave for sure. Tan on one side on the injured or affected eye and white on the other. And carnosine on top of that tan patch is what she recommends.
Mhm.
So just putting it on the temple, Anne?
On the temple.
Okay.
On each, yep.
Beautiful. Tan on the one temple where the affected eye is and white on the other. Okay, awesome. All right, Donald, did you have another question or comment?
Well, just to comment on Chris's stuff, that my initial recommendation to him actually was for Nirvana and X39, but then I became aware of Dr. Nicholas Tivoli's recommendation for the fight or flight, which is really what Chris's whole thing is about, and how Aeon is designed for the fight or flight. So
Nice.
then I switched my recommendation to that, and I think Chris did actually talk to Dr. Nicholas or through my upline. Yeah, he's all in the learning what works kind of stage and experiencing some benefits, but thanks everyone for and Gregory for the mentioning the Nirvana, because yeah, that's probably part of the solution.
Mhm.
Thank you, Donald. All right, Deb was our last question, and then we're going to turn it over to Gregory to wrap up. So Deb,
Hi there.
Hi.
I just wanted to mention on Chris is there too with the ears problem. I had a customer that had the ringing or whatever forever, probably for 20 years, and he put on the X39 and the X49, and within 3 days, the one ear totally cleared up. But the other year has probably been maybe 6 weeks or so that it's still like 75% cleared up, but it's still, and he's still wearing it. So he's well pleased though.
Is that, did you say 39 and 49?
And 49
And did he just place them on the back of his neck?
on the back of his neck.
Beautiful. Look at that. I
Yeah.
know.
So yeah,
Okay.
his ears are, and he's got some hearing issues that have gotten better too. I mean, he understands words better, and before he couldn't, he'd always misdirect things in his brain, whatever, but I think it's connecting in the brain a little bit better.
Thank you. Great
Yep.
share, Deb. All right. What a juicy call, as we say. Oh my goodness. There was lots and lots of good shares here today, this morning. Thank you everyone for your questions and your help. And thank you. I'm so glad you were here. And yeah, so I'll turn it over to Gregory, and Robin just popped on. Good morning.
Hey,
Our
good morning.
beautiful Bozeman leaders. All right.
No, I've been here the whole time. This is an amazing call. Thank you.
Oh, good.
everybody.
Oh,
Oh my
good.
goodness. I don't miss these. Are you kidding? Gregory has something to show off that we
Oh.
got in the mail from Ireland the other day. It got sent out to all the SPDs, and he's showing it off, and he's opening it up.
Oh.
And there it is. And
Yeah.
just know that now these are made in manufacturing, and they have a different scent that you're going to love. I love the last one. That was made, I think, in the lab. This is made in manufacturing. It's fabulous. And we're very excited. And today is a big day. And Ravel, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Black Friday starts today. And I know this is just about products. So there's a 30% off for everybody on Ice Wave, Alavita, what are the others? SP6 and
Nirvana.
Nirvana. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All of those are 30% off. For the
SP6 in markets where Nirvana is not available.
Right. Thank you.
X49.
Yeah, check your emails.
Yeah,
Everyone should have-
X49 is on there.
everyone
So
should have received an email from the company about the Black Friday special that starts on Monday.
today. Yay.
And so tonight, we're going to have a special guest, Garrett Johnson.
I'm still waiting for confirmation. I've sent him the message, but
Definitely.
we probably will be having Garrett, who's in charge of sales for North America, as a guest on our call tonight. And so everybody gets to meet him, knows what his role is, knows how to work with him. Why did he choose LifeWave? So those are things we'll be asking when we get confirmation. But so much going on right now with Shine and Dream available. And if you were a virtual attendee at the convention, you have a special offer for Shine and Dream. So that's pretty exciting too. And there is, are you getting something, honey? Did you want to say something?
Someone was asking where you get the box for the Shine and Dream. I think when you order the two of them together, it comes in this package box. Otherwise, you'll get the individual box of Shine or Dream if you only ordered one. I think most people will probably order both, but they come in this beautiful, little boxes. Oh,
Yes.
Shine.
And I want to make sure everyone knows that to get any of the promotions, you go to the store, you have to click on the promotion tab. Otherwise, the promotion will not show up. So that's really important for everybody to know. Anytime that company does promotions, you got to go to the promotion tab under the store. Okay?
Beautiful.
And what else do we want to share, honey? What can we share?
Gobble, gobble. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Those of you in the US, you Canadians, you got ahead of us as you always do. You already had your Thanksgiving, but you can have it again this Thursday with us. And we're going to have friends and family over and a house full. And I hope, all of you are able to share, this. We have so much to be grateful for with LifeWave in this amazing technology that we get to share and the amazing opportunity we get to share. So that's it. Gobble, gobble.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We are so blessed and we get to spread this love around. Yay. Have a wonderful
right.
week. See you
Happy
tonight.
Thanksgiving.
Okay, everybody can unmute and say their farewells.
Adios.
Farewell.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much
Holidays.
for everything.
Great
Happy
call.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
Thanksgiving.
you. What a
Great
great
call.
call.
Thank
Love and
you.
giving
Happy
thanks for
Thanksgiving,
y'all.
everybody.
Love
Appreciate
you.
you.
Mwah.
Thank you, Michelle. Beautiful job as always.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Michelle, we love
Thank
you.
I love you guys. Have a
Happy
wonderful,
Thanksgiving.
wonderful
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Happy day. Happy day.